start into Nigeria's biggest stories of the day. From the Dailies, news that talks to you, only on Melody 107.7 FM.
From the pages of Nigeria's top newspapers to your radio.
It's from the Dailies, your early morning companion.
Every Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
on Melody 107.7 FM.
Headlines that shape the nation. Stories from the north, south, east, and west. Brought to you fresh and fast.
With expert analysis, sharp opinions, and sound presenters breaking it all down clearly, smartly, and straight to the point.
Politics, business, security, health, society. Nothing escapes the spotlight.
This is your head start into Nigeria's biggest stories of the day. From the Dailies, news that talks to you, only on Melody 107.7 FM.
So the time check, 2 minutes gone past the hour of 8 o'clock this lovely Wednesday morning. It's the 17th day in the month of June 2026. Good morning and welcome to From the Dailies right here on Melody 107.7 FM. I am Roland Imoyera. This is where we got to take you through stories that made it to the pages of the newspapers for the day. Not just give you the stories that made it to the cover page, but give you some of the juicy details of those stories. Welcome to the program this morning. Of course, I'm not doing it alone. I have with me the gentleman of the press right in front of me this morning, smiling as always. Matthew, good morning.
All right, Roland, good morning. It feels good to be here once again this morning. As I always say, tick says the clock, tick, tick, what you have to do too quick. Time and tide waits for no man. Today is the 17th of June. Make sure you make the best of this month, in all your endeavors. I am Matthew Oluwasegun Ijabiken. You can call me MOI for short.
All right, this morning I'll be taking you through stories that made it to the pages of the Punch as well as the Nigerian Tribune. Without wasting time, let me start from this one that from the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning. It has this stories on its front pages. Inflation nears 16% as geopolitical risk mounts. Okay, moving on to let me see.
All right, with me, I've got the Nation newspaper, and it's saying renewed onslaught against the bandits, terrorists, excites Tinubu. And it has this writer, troops kill bandit leader Basuji, woman collaborator sentenced to death. Moving on, Ripple invests in a floatware at $3.2 billion valuation to boost cross-border payments. Above the masthead, how 1999 Constitution was drafted by Abdul Salami, and that's on page 3 for details. Away from that, NDC candidates to sign a bond against the defection. That's on page 30 for details. Away from that, the court revokes a Showore's bill in defamation matters, and that's on page 27 for details. Makinde pledges more cooperation with the federal government over insecurity. Last, let me take this one as well on the Nation newspaper. Respite for ADC, Accord, 3 others with the rider. Court of Appeal grants stay of judgment execution. You can find all of this on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning.
The last story you took is yesterday. It was one of the biggest stories that we've been tracking since Monday, when the High Court in Abuja.
Abuja, yes.
The judge was Justice Lifu, was the one that gave that judgment, ordering INEC to register those political parties. Yesterday, we really spoke on it extensively. We also hinted on how people will perceive this to be like a political witch hunt on most of those parties. But the good thing is that the senior court now, I'm talking about the appeal court yesterday, voided that ruling by Justice Lifu. It did not just void the ruling, it also came down hard on the justice, because there's been an order before now ordering that court, that particular judge, not to issue that judgment. One of the things that going through that story and following the trend, one of the things that resonates with me was when the judges of the appeal court now described the conduct of Justice Lifu as judicial rascality, and it's like I'm sure it's going to, they're going to come hard on him. It's going to be sanctioned because he flaunted the order of a superior court. If we can be experiencing this in our judicial system, we've been saying most of the time, the country, is divided when it comes to these laws. You have the laws for the rich and the poor. Some just, flagrantly voided these laws. They don't just keep to these laws. But one thing that just resonated with me is the fact that they came down heavily on him, and they reversed they ordered the state of execution of that judgment. So let's see how it pans out along. And
I wish this will continue in other subsequent issues like this, where some people will come to query the judgment of that does not follow due process.
There were so many speculations when this hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This Melody 107.7 FM.
All right, don't forget the numbers to call in this morning to share your thoughts and opinions on any of the stories that resonate with you in the course of the program. You can reach us on 0906 201 1077 0906 201 1077. You can as well call us on 0704 800 1077 0704 800 1077. Those are the numbers to call this morning to be part of the program for today. All right, Matthew, I think you have the next paper.
Yes, I have with me on the Vanguard newspaper, the big bold one. Relief for ADC, other parties as an appellate court stops the registration. It has a few riders on it. Blaster, trial judge, Lifu over judicial rascality, just like what Roland read out the other time. INEC backs a stay of execution. Opposition alleges plot to silence rivals. You can find this on page 5. Above the masthead, troops rescue 398 kidnapped victims, arrest 31 terrorists, neutralize 10. And that's on page 6 for details. Away from that, worry delineation. Ishekiri falls Ijo